Social Justice Goblin, welcome to the backyard with the Pac-Man machine. So, this is a case study in my early part of my education because, this is just theorem on my part. I think this might be right, but I could be wrong. So, take it for what it is. But basically, the way the theory goes is, there's a gimmick. You can't have a character with no gimmick. So, just a really good wrestler, but he's vanilla. You could argue Dean Malenka was kind of in that category, but they compensate for it by they're just incredible wrestlers. And watching their matches is like watching a work of art if you know what you're looking for. And so for the hardcore, that's why cruiserweights were always so good, and I enjoyed cruiserweights because they wrestled. I don't want my matches to be all gimmicky, like total gimmick. Like, I was reading The Death of the WCW, and Russo, and I didn't realize, and I forgot, Russo got involved and won the world title. And Russo had no business being in the ring. He was dangerous to himself and to others. When you enter that ring, it's a sacred bond between two people that you're not going to kill the other person. And that's why New Jack is very scary, because he might have actually tried to kill someone in the ring. And that's not a joke. And it's scary as hell. And I've seen the video. It's real. It happened. And supposedly it happened two other times too. It's in his autobiography. It's on Amazon if you're interested. I can't wait to review it. Because, good Lord, I don't know what that man will say, but it will be very interesting because he's a very smart man. But, so you got to have some wrestling. So it's an interesting fine balance. And this is where my case study comes in. So recently there's been a resurgence in playing with the gimmick, trying things that are different. And one of the things that has happened is there's someone playing a gimmick with the wrestling. So usually, I don't know this per se because I'm still learning, but gimmick in matches, like when Phoenix does his little face pose, that's posing, that's, or Hogan doing his ear, that's gimmick stuff. So he does wrestling moves that are gimmick, and it's great, and it's funny. But when he goes full gimmick in the ring, where he just clowns around in the ring and doesn't wrestle, it's not as interesting because I've watched a ton of Orange Cassidy, and when Orange Cassidy wrestles, he's a good wrestler. I will give him that. And actually watching a documentary about him, he was an up-and-coming independent wrestler, but he just couldn't break the glass ceiling with his gimmick, so he just threw it out and said, let's throw it to the wall and see if it sticks. And he made it work. He doesn't talk in AEW, and in AEW he doesn't talk. Everything he's done. I know people like, he's in a turkey suit. I was laughing my ass off when I saw him in the turkey suit. And when I realized he's a comedic act, but that's the problem. How much wrestling do I want mixed in with my comedy? Comedy is a gimmick. I saw Blank Canvas and I can't remember the other one, Abstract, wrestle Orange Cassidy, and it was the most interesting match I've seen in a long time. It's definitely one from Beyond Wrestling. Has a lot of the top indie talent out there. I'm sure I could find MJF stuff in their archives and Marco Stunt stuff, and I've seen Marco Stunt stuff. But Marco Stunt versus Orange Cassidy was horrible. But I can't wait to see what they do with Orange Cassidy. So my case study is, play with your gimmick and gimmick the match. Instead of throwing the right hook hard, throw it soft. It's funny as hell. Be pratful. Be the pratful wrestler, because that's funny as hell. But somehow gets his butt kicked, but then somehow manages to prat his way into a win. Oh my God, did I just describe Orange Cassidy?